Technology moves fast, but behind every revolution, there's a mind, a spark, a risk, a voice with vision. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most influential figures in technology, the architects of the modern world, and the dreamers of what's next. From building the backbone of the web to pushing boundaries in AI, biotech, and quantum computing, these 10 individuals aren't just shaping our future, they're building it in real time. But this isn't just about CEOs or coders. It's about people who took ideas and scaled them to planetary impact. So grab your curiosity, power up your brain, and let's dive into the 10 most mind-bending tech influencers ever. At number 10, we begin not with code, but with conscience. Meet Dr. Fei-Fei Li, the Stanford professor and computer scientist, who redefined the soul of artificial intelligence. While others raced to build smarter machines, Fei-Fei asked a different question: can we make AI more human? She led the creation of ImageNet, a database of 14 million labeled images that became the launchpad for the deep learning revolution. Before ImageNet, AI struggled to identify a cat from a toaster. After ImageNet, machines began to see like humans. And that's not a metaphor. It's how we got self-driving cars, medical AI, and facial recognition. But Fei-Fei didn't stop there. As AI took off, she grew concerned. What if we build powerful systems with no ethics? In response, she co-founded the Stanford Institute for Human-Centered AI, a group working to make sure AI respects human values. Today, she's one of the most cited and respected voices in all of AI, and her influence ensures that humanity stays in the AI equation. Number 9. At just 19 years old, a young Russian-Canadian programmer named Vitalik Buterin changed the very idea of what the internet could be. The year was 2013. Bitcoin was all the rage, but Vitalik saw a bigger vision, a platform not just for digital money, but programmable contracts and decentralized apps that could run without a middleman. He wrote a white paper that would become Ethereum, a sprawling, open-source blockchain network, sometimes called the world's world computer. But this story is not just about code. Raised by mathematicians, he was a prodigy, skipping grades, devouring books on cryptography, game theory, and philosophy. At one point, Vitalik sold his Bitcoin to fund the launch of Ethereum, betting everything on his dream. That gamble paid off. Today, Ethereum powers thousands of decentralized projects, from finance to art, disrupting industries and sparking debates on trust, freedom, and governance. But here's the twist. Vitalik is a really shy guy. He prefers quiet talks and whiteboard sessions over social media drama. Yet his ideas echo louder than most megaphones in tech. Number 8 is Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google and Alphabet, one of the most quietly powerful leaders in the digital age. Born in India, raised on stories of perseverance, Sundar grew up fascinated by technology and how it could democratize knowledge. In 2004, he joined Google as a product manager and quickly made a mark leading Chrome, which became the world's most popular browser. But Sundar's real genius? He transformed Google's sprawling empire, that is search, Android, YouTube, and AI, into a cohesive force for billions worldwide. Under his leadership, Google has pushed boundaries in quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and sustainability. What sets Sundar apart isn't loud announcements or flashy launches, but relentless focus and empathy, traits that shaped Google's culture to prioritize user experience and ethics. In fact, Sundar had rejected the role of CEO in 2015, worried about living up to the founder's legacy. But today, he steady-hand guides the company's mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible. Coming in at number 7 is Reshma Saujani, the fearless founder of Girls Who Code, a movement rewriting the tech industry's gender story. Once a corporate lawyer, she took a radical step, quit her job, ran for Congress, and then dedicated herself to empowering young women through coding education. Since 2012, Girls Who Code has reached hundreds of thousands, creating safe spaces for girls to learn, innovate, and lead. Reshma's story is not just about numbers, it's about breaking barriers and shifting culture. She's a reminder that technology's future isn't just coded in machines, it's coded in people. At number 6, we step back to 1989, where a British scientist quietly proposed a revolutionary idea at CERN. Tim Berners-Lee, the father of the World Wide Web. Before Tim, the internet was a jumble of disconnected networks. He envisioned a way to link documents across machines using hypertext, clickable links that would let users navigate freely. His first website, hosted on a Next computer, was a humble page explaining the project. But that simple act gave birth to the web as we know it, democratizing information and connecting billions. Tim didn't just invent the technology. He fought to keep the web open, free, and accessible. Today, Tim's pushing Solid, a project aiming to return data control to users themselves. Tim even once refused to patent the web, believing innovation thrives best when shared. Tim Berners-Lee's story is a testament to how one visionary idea, combined with selflessness, can rewrite human history. Number 5 is Jensen Huang, the co-founder and CEO of NVIDIA, the company that took gaming hardware and turned it into the powerhouse of artificial intelligence. This genius left Taiwan, grew up in Oregon, and started NVIDIA in his living room. Back in the 1990s, GPUs were niche, built just for better graphics. But Jensen had a hunch. He felt these chips could do way more. Fast forward to today, and Jensen's GPUs are the beating heart behind breakthroughs like ChatGPT, autonomous vehicles, and even cutting-edge scientific simulations. Jensen's leadership style blends art and science. Known for sketching complex neural networks on whiteboards, he brings a craftsman's passion to one of the most technical roles in the world. At number 4, we have Satya Nadella, the CEO who reinvented Microsoft for the cloud era. When Satya took over in 2014, Microsoft was seen as a legacy company struggling to keep pace. Instead of chasing flashy trends, he focused on empathy, collaboration, and cloud-first innovation. Under his leadership, Azure soared from a distant competitor to the world's second-largest cloud platform, powering enterprises, governments, and startups worldwide. Satya also led cultural transformation, encouraging learning, and investing in AI and accessibility. He famously said, "Our industry does not respect tradition, it only respects innovation." Number 3. We can't talk about tech gurus without mentioning this man. Elon Musk. A name synonymous with pushing the impossible. From PayPal to Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and Starlink, Elon has made it his mission to rewrite humanity's future, on Earth and beyond. His story is a rollercoaster of visionary risks and bold bets, launching reusable rockets when critics scoffed, electrifying the car industry, and dreaming of colonizing Mars. But beneath the headlines and controversies is a relentless drive to solve existential challenges, climate change, AI safety, and human-machine symbiosis. Here's a fun fact. Elon once lived in his Tesla for days while waiting to close funding for SpaceX. Love him or hate him, Elon Musk has shaken the tech world to its core, and shows no sign of slowing down. Number 2. Marc Andreessen. A man who built the gateway to the web and then bet on its future. In 1993, Marc co-created Mosaic, the first graphical web browser, turning the internet from a geeky text-based tool into something millions could use. Later, as co-founder of Netscape, he helped ignite the dot-com boom. But Marc's impact didn't stop there. Transitioning into venture capital, he's backed startups that shape everything from social media to cloud computing and cryptocurrency. Marc's famous line? "Software is eating the world." His vision helped turn that metaphor into reality. A true architect of the digital age, Marc Andreessen's fingerprints are all over the internet we live in today. The number 1 spot goes to Grace Hopper, a pioneer whose work laid the foundation for modern computing. Grace developed the first compiler, a program that translates human-readable code into machine language, ushering in the era of high-level programming languages. Her work on Hubble made computers accessible beyond scientists and mathematicians, helping launch the software revolution. Known as Amazing Grace, she was famous for saying, "It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission," a mantra that fueled decades of innovation. Grace Hopper's legacy is a reminder that behind every technological leap, there are brilliant minds making complexity simple. These 10 people shaped the technology that shapes our lives. Some you probably knew, others you might not have known. If you have your own top 10 list of tech innovators, let me know in the comments.